Thanks for staying with us. So it's been 22 years of unbroken civil rule in Nigeria. And many of us have celebrated the fact that we're under the democratic dispensation. In reviewing how the 22 years have been in this time, we would like to start with the issue of insecurity, move on to topics on economy, governance, infrastructure, education, health, and other sectors. We'd like to hear your thoughts on this, on what are your general leanings as regards how Nigeria has fared in the last 22 years. But obviously, we're going to start with the most breaking news on insecurity, which is the 200 students, pupils of Niger State School that were abducted. It was an Islamic school, I believe, that were abducted over the weekend. And we also remember that very recently, the Greenfield students who had been abducted, and then we're told they've been released. Some were saying, allegedly, about 180 million was paid. That's what some of the parents were alleging. But under 24 hours of that celebration, another 200 pupils were taken. And this is heartbreaking, not just for the parents, but for the nation at large. And as we review how our democracy has run, do you feel that we know exactly where we're heading? I mean, sometimes some of us get really confused. Where is this nation heading? Do we really have the leaders, visionary leaders, to take us to where we desire? Many groups are calling for secession. Others are saying self-determination. Some are saying restructuring. They've called it different names. But what are your general thoughts on this? Please call us on 081-270-53687. You can call us on 091-390-76948. You can also tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your View TVC so we can read your tweets. When you heard about the abduction, what thought came to your mind? I can almost predict what you're going to say, but what came to mind? Don't want to talk about
Morayo, before talking about adoption, of course, my heart broke, like not again. But the first question you asked, because we're celebrating 22 years, quote unquote, the word celebration. What are we celebrating? That we've had democracy for 22 years and we've managed to keep it together. The biggest challenge that this country has suffered, despite being ruled under the guise of democracy, is that we've not had a vision. We've not had a goal of this is the country this is where we are heading towards. This is what we want to achieve as a nation. And as long as there's no vision, you cannot have any achievements. There will be perishing, which is what the Bible says, that if there's no vision, people will perish. What we are seeing is the perishing across different sectors, the perishing across the country, because there's no vision bringing us together, and there's no vision bringing our hope up that we can bring our hope towards. So 22 years celebration is not celebration right now, not especially after we heard that 200 children have been kidnapped in Niger State again. And it just shows that the insecurity challenges that we're paying lip service to is coming, like we're not doing anything. And yet we keep saying that we're doing something. The spokesperson for the president, Gabashew, said that the security challenges of Nigeria has improved as compared to 2015. And I'm wondering, based on what parameters? Because I read it, like, what's the parameter you're using to gauge your success so far? Because we have children being kidnapped day in, day out. Somebody was shot in daylight just 2 days ago, and we are saying that we have improved. I mean, if we don't face the reality of the challenges we're facing, we cannot improve. If we don't acknowledge that we have failed in some areas, we cannot regroup and replan towards success. So the first step is, let us agree, this country, there's a lot of things that are not working, and then we cast a vision for the future and write a new constitution to back it up.
Yeah, for me, 22 years of civil rule without a continuum is like taking one step forward and 5 steps backwards. We've had administrations over the years that come in, and the first thing they want to do is to upturn all of the policies that the past administration had put in place, even if it's working or not. They don't just want to pay attention. They want to be known to be the one that started this. We can't keep starting without finishing. We can't keep starting without completing. We can't keep starting without maintaining. So we have that problem of lack of continuum that, just goes all the way down to every administration that keeps coming. And we can't keep, it's like an organization that has a new head every tenure. And you come and you scatter everything that you know, that organization has started achieving because you want your name to be, I am the first person that started it. I think we need to look at everything holistically. Like Tope said, we need to have a Nigerian vision. I have a problem with us trying to solve all the problems of Nigeria at the same time. You're doing small in education. You're doing small in agriculture. You're doing small in this one and all of that. Can we say for the next 4 years, we're going to pick 2 things that we want to work on? Is it infrastructure we're going to do? And we're going to state out all the things we are going to be building. We're going to have accountability projects, people that will hold us accountable, people that will follow through and see that this. So we are checking. We have everything stated out, and we are checking as we complete each project so that we know that for this administration, we have succeeded in stabilizing this, and then we move on to the next segment.
You see, I hear you, and I think what you're saying is what a lot of Nigerians would like to say. Well, based on what Chief Edwin Clark said in the papers, you see, the constitution we have is not working.
Exactly.
So this body called Nigeria is not going to be functional based on this constitution because many of the states cannot even generate revenue based on the resources they have. Sure. Because we have a constitution that says, oh, this one is exclusive list, that one is exclusive list. So they are handicapped to do and generate the kind of revenue. Because you were talking earlier that we don't have electricity. But the truth is that we still have that electricity on the exclusive list. So the states are begging. They allow us
to handle
this. There's a cap they have right now. So there are little things that this constitution has caged almost all the states in being productive and generating their own internal capacity. So what Chief Edwin Clark and many others are saying in the Southern Part, listen, let us renegotiate. This democracy, we have just been panel beating it for the past 22 years.
Bandages.
Let us properly have a conversation so that everybody can become independent. And that thing you are saying, that let us,
and then we do a constitution that will support that vision. We all agree to the vision. No?
So how did you even arrive at a failed constitution? Because people come out all the time to talk, and these people have been at one point in their lives in leadership. We made our institutions fail. Democracy without a proper houses of assemblies and the National Assembly is no democracy at all. And then there's no rule of law. How many court orders would these same people obey? When it comes to you, you're a big man, you go and cut corners. When it comes to the ordinary man, you expect the rule of law to have effect at that time. So we brought ourselves here. I don't believe that constitution is a totally failed document. I think Nigerians are the people who fail at every point in time to do the right thing. You have houses of assembly, see a clear case of gross misconduct, and they turn the back.
Yes,
back
the other way.
We see a video of money entering
they
the cap.
willingly, because of what they're eating, keep quiet. And these people are Nigerians. Is it the document that brought us here? We have laws. Nigeria is not for lack of laws that we are here. It is not for lack of laws. It is for lack of the will to do the right thing when it comes to one of us, each of us, not talk of the entire leadership. And we want to sit down and call the former president, Jonathan, we want to call the president Buhari. Who are his allies who will not let him be? Who, when you get into office, who are those who will call you and say, it's my turn? No.
All right, let me take this.
Chief Edwin Clark has been, a strong member in the Niger Delta. How developed is the Niger Delta, even with him as a leader? So most of these people, don't call yourself my leader. That's what I just think. Per region, do your own thing because it's about you.
It's easy to point the fingers.
Yes, we have good documents. The NEDC was created to solve a problem, but it's gotten to the pockets of all the elders and people who call themselves stakeholders in that country. So people have become rich, while the people whose rights were being fought for have become poorer than they even were.
Let me take this call from Hassan. Hassan, are you there? Hassan Zandawa. Call us. Hello, Hassan. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. And good morning. Good morning, chairperson. Happy anniversary.
Thank you, sir.
You anchored very well all this while.
Thank you, sir.
I wish to congratulate you for that. You and Yenny for your maturity. You anchored well, and may God continue to guide all of you.
Amen. Amen.
It's a very good program. It gives us an inroad to know how the other side fares, and so that we can be on the same track. Before, we have this notion that men are always correct. Men need to listen to the other side so that there will be peace and harmony in the society.
Thank you, Mr. Hassan.
Secondly, about democracy.
Yeah.
About democracy. There is nothing wrong with democracy. There's nothing wrong with federal government. What is wrong is with the human resource. Even the structure we are talking about, where are the human resources to maintain that structure we are clamoring for? Where are the people like Kaduna? Where are the people like Vic, with the center of purpose to work the talk for us? When you restructure, you have the regions. When you restructure, the problem with restructuring is that no any unity of purpose. Everybody has his own agenda. And can we take them all? Are we even sure there will be no restructuring after restructuring? The answer is no. People that are calling for devolution of power to the state, we are sitting comfortably in Lagos and Abuja. Do you know what is going on in the state? You don't know. The state governors are not doing anything. Go to the state, ask the workers, ask the teachers, ask everything. They are not doing anything. When you take it to the state, you will end up coming back to square one. So let us sit down. If you have problem with Mr. President, talk to Mr. President. We don't like this, we don't like that. Talk to him.
All right.
Because a lot of things we are talking about is of executive order.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Hassan. Let me go on a quick break. When we come back, we're taking more phone calls and tweets. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing 22 years of democracy. BC, you're going to say something?
Yes. So, you know, they just reminded us now that it hasn't been all bad. And the truth is, some of the things I've seen in this past, 22 years of civil rule is the fact that we are not at the place where we want to be, but there's progress, no matter how little it is. And one of the progress I want to talk about is agriculture. The administration has tried to, see how they can get a lot of people involved in farming. And we realize that people are now becoming aware that we can actually eat our own produce. And it's moving, especially when it comes to rice and all of that. But I would also, appeal that aside from the normal farming where you just go straight and get the produce, we can also start looking into manufacturing, building several chains of, because there's a huge, processing. There's a huge market when it comes to processing. Most of the things we see that we buy from outside the countries, because they will come and get the raw materials here and then produce and sell back to us. So let's find a way, let the government find a way to help businesses to go into processing. So we're not just producing the raw materials, but we're also developing it and developing that value chain.
So we've gained agriculture-wise, like you mentioned, because it was deliberate that, they interfered. They are doing rice pyramid now in Ekiti State.
Yes.
The Anchor Borers program started from the last initial administration. It was deliberate to empower, help us diversify. But for factors that I call human factors fail like this. So when the funds come out, some people politicize. They sort of just defeat the purpose from the beginning with that purpose. So at the end of the day, we only see small gains. We will see large gains when all of us deliberately change our ways and we focus on growing these sectors. But we also watch our industries pack up. And that, for me, is one loss that is beyond many. We complained that COVID came. But we saw our industries pack up. When we can do, what they call a bailout and save our industries, because we'll save employment, and labor will not be this agitated by now, we let this go. Some of those things. And when we come and sit down here, nobody will even talk security. It's another deliberate human factor thing, Muriel, just a minute. Because when a high-profile person's life is attempted, you find the people who
they move.
But when they kidnap just 200 children, they pay ransom and everything just dies down. I want to follow up the kind we had in Lagos. During Nambode, when the attempt at Festac waterside robbery, bank robbery happened, the one in Badagry, the one in Ikorodu happened. They found those guys. They found them somewhere in Delta State.
Yes.
Let them be followed up. Let us have results. Let's see action.
Let me take this call from Peter. Peter, are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm a person.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. I actually want to contribute to the topic. Actually, the 22 years of unbroken state civil rule. Seriously, to me, we have not enjoyed democracy in Nigeria, in my opinion, especially as regards the insecurity in the country now. So I think the best solution for us is to restructure this country. Let each region control its resources. Because I think some regions are feeling cheated. That's why there is insecurity in this country. So if we can restructure this country, let each region control its resources, then it will be restored back.
Thank you very much, Peter.
So I'll do one low and one high point. One of the high points, let me start with the positive, is that we've had democracy, and we've had democracy in terms of from one party to the other. Because at the point, it was looking like it could only be one party. You cannot unseat an incumbent. And we've had it happen in the states. We've had it happen on the federal level. We've had it happen within small localities where it moved from APC to PDP. We might say, oh, it's just between two parties. But at least we've had one person take over from another person, and it was a peaceful process to a large extent. But on the other side is that we've not had equity. And that's why there's a lot of agitation. Yes. Because many people feel like we're not represented, our voice isn't heard. The color of the administration day in, day out does not reflect who we are. None of our people have gotten a representation at that elms of affair. And so we have democracy, but we don't have equity. It now looks like we don't have democracy, but we do have democracy. We just need to make it more equitably shared amongst all the constituents of the Federation.
Let me take this call from Freeman. Freeman, are you there? Thanks for calling. Hello, Freeman.
Yes, I'm with you.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Morayo. Thank you for this august opportunity. Yes, I want to congratulate you guys.
Thank you.
Job well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Quickly, I have two issues to discuss. You know why others are celebrating you, applauding you? There are some flaws I need you people to attend to on this show.
Okay.
Please. I have been trying to reach you guys since 2017.
Wow.
Yes. And I observe there are some individuals you give preference to, and which is not fair.
Like who?
You always give it. Yakub, to be specific, calls you on every show, and you pick his call. There is this Okorafor. There is this Dominic. There is this Aisha from Plateau. This thing goes up to Uncle Yori's show. These guys call you on daily basis, and you pick their call. Are they better than us? I'm not saying you should not pick. But there's no way an individual will be trying to reach you since 2017. This is a show I watch on daily basis. I've initiated my wife into it.
Wow.
But it's painful.
Thank you.
That you want to air your view. It's called your view, not Yakub's view.
Yes.
I'm not against him, sorry. I'm being specific.
Right.
Tell your producer they should work on it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the feedback. Thank you.
Now, so let me talk about, let me talk about Yakub. So there was a time we actually had to call Yakub. Yakub, how come you make this call, you make it to the show? He says he has about 5 phones or 6 phones. He tells everybody, start dialing.
Anyone that goes through.
So that's what Yakub
He had
does.
a technique.
The other people, it's not like a phone line that sees your name. No, it doesn't. It's a system. So your number goes through the system and they pick up. So it's not like we can see the numbers. It's just the system picks it up, the operator picks up and then connects to me. So I'm not the one picking up. It's not my decision to pick up. So it just so happens that Yakub has multiple phones. In fact, that's why we need to bring him to come and teach us the strategy.
Yes.
Because people are complaining that how come Yakub gets through, but he has multiple phones.
Reverend Dominic has not been.
Yes, Reverend Dominic calls
he's not been
Mr. Folari's
He's just been lucky. When he used to call the show regularly, it was just a bit of lucky. I need to win.
Yes.
There was a year we focused on the regular callers and why.
Yes.
So maybe tweets will get us to your message as quickly as possible. Sometimes we take our Facebook message, but we must acknowledge our Facebook Live viewers.
Yes.
Because when I was
sending comments.
When I was on isolation with COVID, my watching mechanism was on Facebook Live, and I noticed that before the show, in fact, you don't see people
waiting,
sharing their watching, telling people to come and view with them. So we have a lot of followers that we've not been fed when it comes to call, but it's not because we can help it. Yes.
It's not deliberate. Let me take Mike from Paris. Morning, Mike. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
You're live.
Good
Go ahead,
morning.
please.
Yeah. I just want to congratulate you for
Thank you.
Thank you,
the
sir.
program. I thank you, all of you, the ladies, who have been handling this program. And I would like to say that since in 2019, when I came to join you, I've been very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
And I've been following you every day. I enjoy all the topics. I also enjoy the way you are educating the people on every issue. And I was really sorry for you people last time during the SARS, protest. I really felt for you because I could see how, how people were struggling to get out of your building. And we are also praying for you, also from Paris here. So we thank God that everything ended up well. And today we are celebrating you once again. So we just want to say that keep it on, continue to educate people, and don't be afraid to handle issues, no matter how delicate they are, but things that can be able to make our country to move forward. We are very, very proud of you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. And God bless
Thank you so much.
So one of the gains, because our producer is saying we shouldn't all make it look all bad. So one of the gains, I must say, is the freedom of speech, which is democracy. Because the truth, the truth is that during our parents' time, when my father, Ganifa Emi, my father and Beko Ransokuti, they used to be jailed for speaking up.
Yes.
They were thrown in Kirikiri, in Panti, because they spoke up. These were lawyers, advocates, and activists, even reporters, journalists. Quite a number of them. Some were killed, some were abducted, and So during that period, you can't speak during the military regime. But right now, in the democracy, we're able to speak. Yes, would have
somewhat.
Somewhat is not as free as we would like it to be, like the Western world. But at least you can speak. You know, many times we've yabbed government here. And nothing happened to us.
Different
people
governments.
Will think that I'm right. That thing you said,
just
are you sure that SSS not outside?
My husband said, you just be calling Attorney General, you be loyal. But we have that freedom. Yeah. I know for a fact that the DSS has us profiled. They know us. Because one day I silly parked my car in front of somebody called my first name. So they know us, yes, they do. And I went in, and the moment I wanted to come into that meeting because of Satellite Town Forum, I was stopped. And then before the satellite, that she's a stakeholder before they allowed. So we know. But they still allow us to do our job every day of calling them together. We do that every day.
Interesting. The ADC for the president, he called my name. I saw him at, I think, was it June 12th, sometime last year or 2 years ago, where Honorable Abike Dabiri had invited me to be one of the hosts of, I can't remember what we were doing, to be a celebration we were doing. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't. So I was where the president was. The ADC called me by my name.
You went to Abuja at that time.
Let's even talk about some games, because you mentioned Madam Abike Dabiri now. I remember 2 people returned from Libya because
you raised the issue.
Because I called her, and because of this platform, those 2 people sent me DMs that their family members were stranded in Libya at the time when Nigeria was rescuing people. Not only did they bring them back, they sort of resettled them and tried to counsel them. And I found out why one of them foolishly left. He sold his business to try to live. Wow. And this dream of going out, I just killed it immediately, that this country will work for us. Then and
there are many ministries that have been set up.
We call the Ministry for Works. In fact, when the present Minister for Works was Minister for Power as well, the amendment of the Constitution removed power from the exclusive list to the concurrent list. States can now, generate and find ways to do it. And Lagos State, because when he was governor, had attempted it, Lagos State and other states can go into it. We have some states in the north, I think Gombe, and some other states who now generate their own power using solar. So we've had developments like that. I know for a fact that the Oshodi Expressway, what it is now.
Yes, there was major transformation.
It's still under construction, but
Let me take this call.
Lagos Ibadan Expressway.
Good morning, buddy. Are you there? Thanks for calling.
Good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
It's a very beautiful one. I've always loved to also watch. While commending you, Nima, Auntie, and everybody, I also wish to quickly take opportunity to air an opinion I've always had. And your performance over the years has kind of reinforced that feeling. And that is, I believe sincerely that women have such tremendous capacity to impact societies and to help shape and build the kind of societies we all desire because of their intrinsic values, because of their capacity to multitask, because of their naturally higher intelligence quotient, and their resilience. A lot of men make the mistake of thinking that we're stronger because we are physically endowed. It's the height of stupidity. Women are far more intelligent. And I think it's deliberate on God's part. But my issue is this. Women over centuries, over the years, have bought into this argument of, male-female competition, this glass ceiling, what a man can do, blah, 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 like we're competing. There's a divine nature, there's a divine plan. Women are best suited to nurture, to build, to guide, to teach, to care. But that duty and responsibility where the best of societal members will be produced have been abandoned for this glass ceiling, breaking the ceiling, matching up, proving themselves. They want to. I don't know, but as a matter of fact, I will be happy.
Thank you, Bode. I think I have an idea where you're going to. And I think that's one of the things why the ladies here have demonstrated that you can yes, I'm not one of those that advocates that women must multitask, because I don't always believe that every woman can multitask. Not every woman can multitask. We're all human beings, and we work based on the capacity. Yeah. But I think that I hear your point saying that the more successful women are, it means as though that we're neglecting that our primary assignment, which is home. And I think we've tried to demonstrate that on this show, that we can actually be successful in those areas. Our family is intact. Our children are growing up well, we're managing our time, and we're still doing our career. And I think that's an inspiration to a lot of women that, listen, you can have it all. But at the same time, you don't have the capacity. But if you don't have the capacity, please,
it's okay.
Don't be pressured to push that glass ceiling if you know that you really need that time. So make a choice. Nima made a choice. I want to be my family. And I think we've seen that she's been successful in other areas. So I think it's an inspiration to women, but I don't like us putting women under pressure that you must multitask. No.
You must multitask, or your job is important. Or your job is only to nurture. So he mentioned two things. So it's either you must multitask, or your job is only to nurture. And so do not pursue success and forget the nurture. I think it's just trying to put people in a box, whether they are men or women. People have a choice to make when it comes to this sort of situation.
It takes fire to refine gold. So you have to, something will give. You have to sacrifice something. You have to make certain compromises. You have to try. You know, some women just want to sleep and have it all. You know, and you cannot just have one and, you know, we've interviewed women we love here, and some of the hardest questions. Remember the MD of the, I think, Access Bank or so, that was on the show, and we're saying, how did you do this? She said her daughter.
She had to suffer.
Amina Oyagbola,
the MD Unity Bank.
The former MTN boss, when she was here, she talked about her child. You know, she said, TV addiction was something that she had to deal with. So something you will suffer one thing. But you look at the final goal, and it's worth it. At the end of, look at the women, they were successful, and you know.
I want to speak concerning women in politics. Thankfully, over time, we are not where we want to be at all in terms of female representation. But I want to say that one of the things that I've enjoyed that has impressed me over the past 22 years, that I've seen women at the helms of power display, yes, a few corrupt ones, but many successful ones who've championed several causes that has made me feel like, okay, politics may not be as... I remember clearly, even just at YK's birthday last week, Honorable Ivekadabi was telling me that people need to get involved in politics. People need to get involved in politics. And I could see the pressure, because she feels like she's been able to do a whole lot, and she sees there's room for more, and she wants to bring as many women as possible. It's not as bad. I say, Mommy, it's difficult. It's not that difficult. You need to get involved. And that's the thing. Women are fighting for the opportunity. It should be made more easy for women to be involved. But I must applaud all the women that have struggled in the past 22 years to make their voices heard for democracy, despite the hardship that they face being women in politics.
Do you have a call?
So we have feedback.
No, okay, so may I even appeal to, with everything that we have seen so far, I think education in Nigeria as a whole is still very much lacking. Lagos State is doing quite a lot, but Lagos State is not the only state
In
Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria is bigger than Lagos State. So
So
I think the federal government needs to set its intentions known about how they want to take education to. Because, you know, the issues that we have a number of out-of-school children. We have all the people that we see on the street who at night pick up guns and all of that because most of them do not have proper education. So we need to find a place for, so if we want to fight corruption, we need to start from education. Yes. If we want to fight lack of human capacity, we need to start from education. Every aspect that we want to curb in Nigeria needs to start from education. We need to stop paying lip service. You see those primary schools that people are still sitting on the floor in the 21st century in Nigeria. Whether your state is generating revenue or not, find a way to equip your schools as a state governor. Please stop embarrassing us. Thank you.
But we must commend, there's been developments that we has brought ease. We have the Lagos-Ibadan Railway. And we have Nigerians using it now and commending the president. I must even commend the president for continuing the initial railway refurbishment that happened, the one from Ido and outside Lagos that happened. Because some people will come in and government will not be a continuum on such projects. Well done. We have
to wrap up, but
I'd like to see the Ministry of Justice convict certain high profiles that we've had that are still undergoing trial forever.
All right, so we have to wrap up now, but we must acknowledge a big friend of the house. He loves our show. Not just loves our show, he tries to help us to develop. He calls us once in a while. He calls us out to dinner to explain, to share things that we don't know. And that's the Honorable Minister of Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola. We thank you so much. He's watched us grow, and he's taken an interest on the show. And once in a while, just a mirror, I like to see the ladies. Let's have a conversation. Let me open your eyes to some things you don't understand. So he's part of our growth, and we have and we have to really, really acknowledge him. And we also hear that the governor of Kaduna State, Kano, Ganduje, loves our show. We've not met him, but we know he loves our show. So we'd like to have you on the show one of these days to discuss all the there was time it was scheduled to come, but something happened and he canceled.
Even the governor of Kogi have come.
We'll try to bring him soon as because I know he watches the show. But generally, I think as we wrap up, we just want to tell Nigerians that, listen, let's do our own parts in this growth. Yes, it's always easy to point finger them, but we too, we have the responsibility to paying our taxes, not destroying our property, advocating, getting people involved.
Votes,
yes,
going out to vote, getting our INEC card, going out to vote, joining political parties, and doing our own part.
Where's your card?
Joining political parties. I'm not a politician.
Because we are on TV, we try really hard not to be on any side. We try really hard because the truth is that there's another thing I should address. Let me see how much time I have. People always assume that we take sides. The truth is we are actually asked not to take sides. We are very, very objective and stay true to the Nigerian people. I think that's what your view has been from day one. Stay true to the Nigerian people. That's all we can take. Congratulations to the other ladies, YK, Mariam. God bless you. We love you. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Bye.